Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Abacus Life's channel, a leading vertically integrated alternative asset manager investing in force life insurance products throughout the life cycle of a life insurance policy. Joining us to discuss the more in-depth side of these insurance policies, we got Jay, the Chief Executive Officer. First and foremost, welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
Love having you on. And this time I want to take this into a bit of a different realm because we were just chatting. I mean, you were at the New York conference and kind of just discussing kind of, lifespan and how this all plays into insurance. You want to talk about the conference you were at and exactly what your purpose was there?
We were at a data and biotechnology conference where specifically, you're at a conference where people are talking about how they're going to have potentially the next FDA filing to help or provide a solution for cancer and other significant medical impairments. And we were there as a data company that aggregates a significant amount of data related to lifespan, which is also very important to these, not just these companies, but certainly their clientele, and had some really fascinating and interesting conversations because, it's one thing to say, oh, hey, we can come in and we're going to provide a solution for cancer. And I think what was really interesting is I sat on some of those panels and I said, okay, fine. If you cure cancer using the actual data, how much would that improve lifespan in the United States? And that would extend lifespan by about 3.2 years if you cured cancer. And then you take it a step further and you cure every disease known to humankind, and you would improve lifespan by about 4.6 years. And so the point being is all of the things that we're most fearful of, like, unfortunately, contracting cancer or heart disease or any of these things shortens your health span. But ultimately, if they cure that, it doesn't have necessarily a dramatic impact on your lifespan, meaning that, unfortunately, it's very unlikely that most of anyone will live to age 100, even though contrary to media that they think that there's a fountain of youth somewhere, and they're just simply not. But we put a lot of money into this fountain of youth, and our premise is keep it pretty basic, right? Don't drink, don't smoke, exercise, and you've got a really good chance of living to at least age 90.
Yeah, that's very intriguing to say the least. Do you see anything on the horizon? And would you guys benefit more from, say, longer expansion to life or shorter expansion? I mean, when we're talking about perhaps if you're looking at the technological jump with like even organ transplants when it comes to like genetically modified pig organs or something, do you guys benefit from a longer life expectancy?
I think we're on both sides of that. I don't know if we benefit or if we don't benefit either way. I think that ultimately the human condition is the human condition. Right. And what I mean by that is that it's quite predictable. At age 80, even if you can, grow a new heart, right, there are several other complications that you've done to your body over the last 80 years, like your liver and your kidney and everything. You would have to start replacing all of your body parts before you saw some sort of significant change, including your brain and your blood flow. So the way we view it is that lifespan is pretty predictable. And as they make these changes in technology, what it does is that it makes you more healthy for a longer period of time, which is great for you, right? It gives you the opportunity to have that last 10 years of your life in a very productive way versus being in, some sort of maybe home or facility. But honestly, even if they change your heart out, your number is still probably early 90s. And replacing body parts and mindsets and those things aren't going to have that big of an impact because there's so many other things that you may have done. The biggest impact you can make, honestly, to your lifespan today is the decisions you make in your 20s and 30s and 40s will impact your ability to live to age 90 or even potentially age 100. But genetics is still a huge piece to that.
Yeah, definitely appreciate those insights. This is a fascinating conversation. I guess I'll pivot a little bit just with some follow-up on the recent news filings. I mean, Abacus has been recently adjusting the board a little bit with your directors adding kind of Christopher Romaine as the general counsel and former Transamerica executive Seth Miller as chief revenue officer. You want to talk a little bit about what's going on with the change to the board?
Sure. We've been adding some terrific talent to our board, and this is all in preparation for the growth of our company, right? If you look at our board as it stands today, we have a former CFO of a major life insurance carrier. We have a former governor. We have a CEO in respect to a division of the Department of Elder Affairs in the state of Florida. So, as we continue to add really top tier talent, it all comes down to something really important to us. And most importantly, our fundamentals. One, our core business, which is utilizing lifespan to value and price life insurance policies, which is a $13 trillion market. How do we access more of that? So when you think about the Transamerica additions, that makes perfect sense. When we added Chris Romaine, our new GC, his experiences in the insurance industry overall, not just life insurance, but more importantly, a GC at a public company, so we can continue to expand our offerings as a public company, which we think you'll start to see shortly. And as we think about the growth and the regulatory and all of the things that we want to focus on as a public company, we want to make sure that we have the right team to continue to focus on that growth and really expand where we are today.
Well, on that note, I definitely appreciate these insights as always, and we'll pass the question off to the viewers. Let us know what you think in that comment section below, and definitely consider subscribing, because as these stories, news, all these catalysts come into play, of course, we're going to bring it to you here. But on that, we look forward to catching you in the next one.